As the sunset painted the horizon in golden hues, 26-year-old Emma rode her old and trusty blue motorcycle down the rural roads of California. This journey from San Francisco to Los Angeles wasn't just a distance to cover, it was an opportunity to chase her dreams. She had secured an internship at an art gallery in Los Angeles, leaving everything behind to pursue this chance. However, her old motorcycle had been acting up for quite some time. As she thought to herself, "Just hold on a little longer, please," the engine suddenly sputtered and died, leaving her dreams feeling as though they'd stalled along with it. When she pulled the bike to the side of the road, the sun was slowly sinking below the horizon, turning the sky into shades of purple and orange. The surrounding trees rustled in the wind, and the distant hoot of an owl only emphasized the silence and isolation. Emma felt helpless as there was no sign of nearby homes or vehicles that might offer assistance. Equipped with her small toolkit, she tried to fix the motorcycle. But no matter how hard she worked, the engine refused to start. Her hands were covered in grease, and when she wiped her face in frustration, a small black smudge appeared on her forehead. Tears welled up in her eyes and she shouted into the void, "Isn't there anyone who can help?" But her plea was met with silence. About 20 minutes later, the distant sound of a motorcycle engine broke the stillness. Emma stood up, her heart racing with hope, and waved her arms to flag down the approaching rider. A sleek black motorcycle came into view, and as it drew closer, the rider's broad shoulders and relaxed posture became apparent. The motorcycle slowed to a stop in front of Emma. The rider removed his helmet, revealing a man with a warm smile who said, "Looks like you could use some help." Emma froze in disbelief. Standing before her was none other than Keanu Reeves. Yes, my motorcycle broke down, but are you really Keanu Reeves?" she asked, her voice filled with shock. Keanu smiled humbly and nodded. "Yes, but that's not important right now. Let's see what's going on with your bike." Keanu crouched down next to her motorcycle, carefully inspecting it. He didn't seem to mind getting his hands dirty as he examined the engine and its parts. "This might be a bit tricky, but I think we can figure it out," he said, his tone calm and reassuring. Emma watched in awe, realizing that Keanu was not just an actor, but also a skilled and kind-hearted person. While working on the bike, Keanu asked Emma about her journey. She shared her story about leaving her life in San Francisco behind, driven by her passion for art, and how this trip to Los Angeles was a pivotal moment in her life. "Sometimes chasing your dreams means starting over from scratch," Emma said. Keanu listened attentively and nodded. "Dreams always come with a price," he said, "but they're worth every bit of it. You just have to believe in yourself." Emma told Keanu how much she admired him, not just for his movies, but for being an inspiring and humble person who touched people's lives. Keanu smiled warmly. "We live in a world where helping one another is important. One day you'll be in a position to help someone else. When that time comes, remember this moment," he said. When they finally got the motorcycle running again, night had fallen completely, but Keanu insisted on not leaving Emma alone. "I can't let you ride off by yourself at this hour. Let's ride together," he said. The two motorcycles quietly made their way down the dark road. Before long, a storm rolled in, and heavy rain began to pour. Emma's motorcycle struggled to keep up in the wet conditions, so Keanu slowed down and pulled over in front of her. "Let's take a break. There's a rest stop up ahead," he said. At a nearby gas station, Keanu treated Emma to a cup of hot coffee. "Sometimes, you just need a moment to pause and reflect," he said. In that moment, Emma realized for the first time that asking for help wasn't a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. When they finally reached Los Angeles, Emma's face showed both exhaustion and hope. Keanu reached into the storage compartment of his motorcycle, pulled out a notebook, and jotted something down. Handing her the paper, he said, "This is the address of a friend's art gallery. Go meet them. It might just be the right place for you." Emma knew she would never forget this encounter. That night, as she rested in her hotel room, she reflected on how Keanu Reeves wasn't just a movie star. He was a guide, a friend, and most importantly, an inspiration. Years later, when Emma became a successful art gallery owner, she would tell the story to anyone who would listen. Sometimes life puts you on a path where you cross paths with someone famous. But what makes that person truly special is the humanity they show you. That night, Keanu Reeves didn't just fix my motorcycle. He reignited my dreams.